Today, I want to answer a question that a lot of people wonder about. How much do I need to save in order to enjoy a comfortable retirement? My name is Stephen Strickland, and I'm a certified financial planner and the president of Wise Wealth. I've been helping people plan for retirement for over 15 years. And today, I want to help you by giving you a formula to help you determine how much you will need. So you're wondering, how much is enough? If you're like most people, you wish that a financial planner like me would just announce a number. It would make life so much easier. Like once you accumulate $1 million, it's time to retire, regardless of your age or where you live or your lifestyle. Or perhaps you wish we had a crystal ball. I have a crystal ball. It's never worked. So I think there's a better way to figure out how much you need in retirement than just looking at a crystal ball or having some generic number. This question is not that easy to answer. However, every person watching this video has a number. It's just that every person's number is different. Your retirement savings amount is personal. However, I do want to help you by giving you a formula that you can use to help you determine your number. Before I give you the formula, keep in mind that this formula is to help you determine how much you need to save to produce the income that you need to make work optional, aka retirement. This does not include money you should also have saved for emergencies or short-term expenses, nor does it include savings for big purchases in retirement. Since those numbers are so subjective, there is no formula for determining those amounts. I just want to mention that you need to add those numbers to the number you get from the formula to get your total retirement savings number. And by the way, I actually recorded 3 podcasts, not 1, not 2, but 3 podcasts on this very topic because there is a lot to it. It's called the 3-bucket approach. You can find a link to this podcast in the description down below. So here you go. Here is the formula to help you determine your number, that amount that you will need to save in order to produce the income needed for you to retire comfortably. Number 1, determine what your expenses are going to be in retirement. That's the question we've looked at previously. How much income will you need in retirement? A conservative approach is to estimate a little higher than you might need for each category, not lower. So if you're wondering how much do I need for healthcare, if you think it's a certain number, maybe add a little bit to it. If you think you might have a car payment in retirement, add a little bit to it. You always want to estimate a little higher when you're calculating future expenses. Also, if you are more than 5 years away from retirement, you will also need to add inflation to your current income estimates. So if you're 20 years from retirement and you feel like right now we're going to need $10,000 a month, $10,000 a month today is one thing, $10,000 a month 20 years from now is another. So number 1, once you know your income need, we go to number 2, and that is subtract any guaranteed sources of income. Guaranteed sources of income is like Social Security and pensions. You can get a Social Security estimate from their website, which is ssa.gov. Once you know that, number 3, you solve for the gap. The gap is the difference between how much income you desire from how much income is guaranteed to come in. Once you know the gap amount, then you will determine the amount of assets it will take to generate that amount of income. And this will be your number. To do this, you have to use a general rule of thumb that we call the 4% rule. The 4% rule simply states that you should count on safely withdrawing no more than 4% of your assets each year in retirement. For example, if you need to produce $100,000 of income to cover your gap, then you will need $2.5 million saved. 4% of $2.5 million is $100,000. If you need $40,000, it will take $1 million saved, and so on. If you need help with this formula to find out your number, feel free to reach out. One final thought, whatever the amount is that you will need to produce an income stream, remember you will need to save even more than that in order to have available assets for other expenses and contingencies like rising healthcare costs, increasing taxes, inflation, and big purchases and expenses outside of your regular budget. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button for more content just like this. I will be releasing videos at least twice a month. My passion is to guide people on the path to financial significance where they are free to give and serve and enjoy life like never before. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.